Good morning, students. Class 7th, subject Social Science, and name of the book is Our Environment. The chapter Life in the Deserts, Part 2. I have already covered the first one, Part 1. Now I am going to take a Part 2, that is the Cold Desert. The Life in the Desert, Part 2, the Cold Desert. Now you can see by seeing the picture only you will be able to understand the cold desert. Now what exactly the cold desert means? The Ladakh is a cold desert lying in the Great Himalayas. What is the meaning of the Ladakh? It is made up of two letters. One is La, which means mountain pass. Dak means country. So mountain pass country is Ladakh. Ladakh is also known as Khapachan. Known as Khapachan, which means snowland. So Ladakh is covered with snow. So it is called as cold desert. So the hot desert already you have seen. Now it is cold desert. So it is covered with completely snow. So it is called as a cold desert. Now you can see where exactly it is situated, in which continent it is situated. You know very well about the continents. You studied in the 6th class all the continents. So you can easily identify in Asia the cold desert, that is Ladakh, is situated in Asia. In which country it is situated? In India. So you can see here India. So here Asia, and afterwards India, and you can very easily locate the Ladakh. It is northern part of India. So Ladakh is situated in the northern part of India. It is cold desert. Now what exactly the location and boundaries of Ladakh? You will be able to identify the boundaries very easily. So it is lying in the Great Himalayas. It is lying in the Great Himalayas. Very easily you can identify. So you know very well about the Himalayas. There are three different Himalayas: the Greater Himalayas, Middle Himalayas, and Lesser Himalayas. So the Ladakh is situated in the Greater Himalayas. Greater Himalayas, it is situated and on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. So it is Ladakh. This is Jammu and Kashmir. Eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh is situated. And what are the exactly the boundaries? The Karakoram range in the north. Now here the Karakoram range. Karakoram range is the northern part, and another mountain in the south. It is the Jaskar mountain in the south. It is there in the Greater Himalayas. So the north part Karakoram range, then the south Jaskar mountain range. So this Ladakh is situated. Now coming to the another side. So the another side boundaries. It extends from this Ladakh is extends from in the Karakoram range only to the north, to the main Great Himalayas to the south. So the Karakoram range is here, and in that another glacier, that is a Siachen glacier, it is extended to the south. It is extended the Jaskar mountain, or it is the Great Himalayas. And coming to the eastern part, so here you can see the eastern part. The eastern end of the Ladakh is Aksai Plateau. It is under the control of Chinese. And now you can see the Ladakh. Until 2019, Ladakh was the region of the state of Jammu and Kashmir up to August 2019. And in the August 2019, it became a union territory. On 31st October 2019, the government of India passed the act and it has become the union territory. So now we will see a detail about the Ladakh and important rivers of the Ladakh. Several rivers flow through Ladakh. Several rivers are there, but we are seeing only the important rivers which flow through Ladakh. So the first river, that is Indus. Indus will flow in the middle part of Ladakh and it will flow towards this side. And the another important river is Shok. Shok river is also flowing in Ladakh, and another Nubra river is also flowing here only. The total three important rivers flow through Ladakh, and while flowing these rivers, they will form a deep valleys and gorges. So deep valley and gorges, you know very well about the valley, but what about the gorges? Gorges means a narrow valley, so deep valley and very narrow valley with a steep slides and river running through it. Very steep slides, very sharp slides, and a river will move in that. So that is called as gorges. Almost all the valleys are available in Ladakh. V-shaped valley, U-shaped valley. It will be created by the river that you have studied in the geography chapters. Now coming to the glaciers. So what is the meaning of the glacier? By seeing the picture only you will be able to identify the mountains covered with the ice. So when they are covered with the ice, they will be moving towards the downside. So what do you mean by glacier? The mass of ice, this is the mass of ice, moves slowly down a valley is called as a glacier. So movement of the ice is also called as a river of ice. Movement of ice to a downside is called as a glacier. So many glaciers are found in Ladakh. One of the important glacier is the Gangri glacier. You can see how the snow is moving in the river. So it is a movement of the river. So many glaciers are there in the Ladakh region. Now what exactly the climate of Ladakh? So climate will be very cold. Why it is very cold? Because it is very height. So altitude, you can see altitude in the Ladakh varies from 3000 meter in Kargil. You can easily identify here it is a Kargil. Kargil is having 300 meter in Kargil, 3000 meter, 3000 meter in Kargil to more than 8000 meter in Karakoram. 8000 meter height in Karakoram. So it is having more height. When altitude is more, definitely the cold will be increased. If you go deeper and deeper, the heat will increase. If you go higher and higher, the temperature will decrease. That you know very well. This is the concept. Now due to the high altitude, the climate is extremely cold. Definitely the climate will be very cold and dry. And the third point is the air at this altitude is so thin that the heat of the sun can be felt intensely, and is very thin, and heat also felt very intensely. Now we can see how it is felt. So the climate, the day temperatures in summer are just above 0 degree, and the night temperatures well below minus 30 degree Celsius. So it is freezing cold in the winters. So you can see night times somewhere are just above 0 degree and the night temperatures below minus 30 degrees Celsius. It is freezing cold in the winters when the temperatures may remain below or minus 40 degrees Celsius for the most of the time. Now, almost all the time it is minus 40 degree Celsius temperature will be there. You can easily identify, you can easily understand how much coldness is there in Ladakh region. Now, what about the rainfall? Rainfall As it lies in the rain shadow of the Himalayas, there is a little rainfall. There is a little rainfall. When it gets as low as 10 centimeters every year. So low rainfall means why it is getting the low rainfall? Because it is there in the shadow of the Himalayas. When the shadow of the Himalayas means it is two mountains are there. One side Karakoram range is there, another side Jaskar mountain is there. The moisture laden will be stopped and that will be carried out. They will not allow to enter into the inside area of the Ladakh. So they are not getting the rainfall. So it is there in the rain shadow area. It gets low as 10 centimeter every year rainfall, and the area experiences freezing winds and burning hot sunlight. Freezing winds and burning hot sunlight. You can see the example how it will be. You'll be surprised to know if you sit in the sun with your feet in the shade. So one side your feet will be outside and another part will be inside. So sun outside and the shade inside. You may suffer both sunstroke and the frost bite at the same time. So half portion will be the sunshine, half portion will be sunstroke. So that type of feeling will be there in the Ladakh region. So different type of climate is there. So now we are going to learn about the flora and fauna. Due to the high aridity, the vegetation is sparse. You know very well about the sparse. Sparse means very less. So when there are scanty patches of grasses and shrubs for animals to graze. So different types of patches of grass will be grown in Ladakh. That also scanty means very less type of grass will be there. There also you will be finding different types of vegetation, flora and fauna. Flora means plant and animal life also. It is life. The plant means the grooves of willows. Willows are here. Grooves of willows and poplars. Poplars are seen in the valleys. So flora and fauna is the first one. It is willows. The second one is a poplar, and how the willows are used that you can easily see. Now the preparation of the cricket bats. So you can see these are the willow trees. The finest cricket bats are made from the wood of these willow trees. So you know very well about the cricket bats are prepared with this wood of the uh, willow trees. Now coming to the fruits grown in the Ladakh region. So during the summers, some fruit trees are grown, such as apples. You know very well about the apples. So apple gardens are here, and apricots are here. Apricots, these are the apricots, and third one, walnuts. You might have seen all these the fruit trees, and these are very common in Ladakh region. So this one is apple, second is walnut and apricots. These are the fruits grown in Ladakh region. Coming to the different species of the birds, we will find different species of the birds in Ladakh. The first type of bird is hoop. Usually you can identify this bird is hoop. And second one is a raven. By seeing the face only you will be able to identify it is a raven. And the third one is the robin. So hoop, raven and robin are the important species of the birds. Now you can see another type of birds. So red start is also there. So and the Tibetan snow. The Tibetan snowcock is also found in Africa and as well as in the Ladakh region. Whenever the snow is more, so this type of birds are found in Ladakh region. Now coming to the animals of Ladakh. So different animals are found in Ladakh. The animals of Ladakh are the wild goats. By seeing the picture only you will be able to identify the wild goats are here. And second one, wild sheep are also there. Yaks are also there. And the special kinds of dogs are also found in the Ladakh region. And animals rate to provide for the milk, meat and hides. So simply they will not rear the animals. They will be getting from the animals their milk, meat and the hides. Now you can see the egg is here. The egg and the second one is the goat and the sheep. And the yak milk is used to make cheese and butter. So these are all eggs. So milk of the egg will be used for the cheese preparation of cheese and butter. And second one, the hair of the sheep and goat is used to make woolens. So too much of hair we will be getting. For that reason the hair will be used for making of woolens. Now you can see the another important endangered species of Ladakh region. You can see here the chiru or the Tibetan antelope. The chiru or the Tibetan antelope is an endangered species. So we are not going to get this one. Earlier it was very famous. Now it is not available and they are in endangered space under the endangered species. So why it is hunted? For its well-known wool shatosh. So we will be getting the wool from this animal, the chiru or Tibetan antelope. So which is very light and extremely warm. For that reason, the people used to hunt this one. For that reason they are in the endangered species. So its wool is very light and warm. So the wool is called as shatosh. So please remember it is known as shatosh. Now coming to the different types of crops. So different types of crops grown in Ladakh region. In the summer season, the people are busy in cultivating in summer season. So in the winter season they cannot. In summer season they will be cultivating and they will be growing the different types of crops. The first crop is barley. You can easily identify this is the barley, and the beans it is there, and the potato is there, and the turnip. This type of the different fruits that are grown in the Ladakh region. Wherever the water is available, where they will be growing this type of crops, and barley and the potatoes, beans and turnip they will be growing. Now coming to the climate, what type of climate is there in Ladakh region? The climate in winter months is so harsh that people keep themselves engaged in festivities and ceremonies. So they will be keeping busy in different activities like ceremonies. When the cultivation is not there and the climate is also too much harsh, at that time they will be engaged in different types of festivals they used to organize. And another important thing, Dras is one of the coldest inhabited place on the earth is located in Ladakh. So one place is there, that is the name is a Dras, one of the coldest inhabited place on the earth in Ladakh. It's very coldest place is there, that is called as Dras. Now coming to the Leh. Leh is the capital of Ladakh. Please remember, Leh is the capital of Ladakh and it is well connected both by road and air. So here the highway is there, so it is connected with the air as well as the road. So first thing, important thing, that is the National Highway 1A is connects to Leh to Kashmir Valley through Jojila Pass. So different passes are there. This 1A connects from Leh to Kashmir Valley through the Jojila Pass. So different passes are there in Leh. The one is Jojila Pass. Now coming to the different the highways crosses four passes. The highway passes the four passes. Different passes are there. So you should pronounce very easily Rohtangla Pass, Rohtangla Pass, and Baralacha La Pass, Baralacha Pass, and Langlacha La Pass, Tangland La Pass. So we should see and understand, these are the passes in the Leh highway, and the highway is very important. That you can see, the highway opens only between July and September, when snow is cleared from the road. So it will be opened in between July and September. In other months it will be closed, because it will be covered with the snow. You cannot enter into the highway. So only the July to September it will be open. You can use at that time only. So these are the highways, passes of the Leh highways. Now coming to the life of the people. Life of the people is undergoing a change due to modernization. So everybody is modernizing. So they are also modernizing. But the people of Ladakh have over the centuries learned to live in the balance and harmony with the nature. So are respecting the nature, and they are engaging in environmental activities, and they are using resources like water and fuel with reverence and care. So the people are very much contented, and they are using very neatly the resources, using without the wasting they are using. So it is a life of the people. Now the women are also working, women at work. You can see by seeing the picture, women are very hard working, and they work not only in the house and field, but also manage small business and the shops. So ladies are also managing small shops, it is there. Now coming to the people, what type of people are there? So you can see here, people are Muslims or the Buddhists. So both sects are there, Muslims are there or Buddhists are there. So main religious groups, what type of religious groups are there? The Muslims are 46%, Tibetan Buddhists are 40%, Hindus 12%, and others are 2%. So these are all the peoples of the Ladakh country. And another important thing, several Buddhist monasteries are there in Ladakh. The Buddhist constructed the houses to live in Ladakh. They are called as the monasteries in Ladakh. They are called as gumpas. So you please remember, their traditional monasteries. So Ladakh's traditional Buddhist constructed monasteries in Ladakh, they are called as gompas. So you can see in the next slide the different monasteries, but you should understand the traditional monasteries of the Buddhist are called as the gompas in Ladakh. Now we can see famous monasteries are there, different monasteries. The complete, the elevated lands, the houses are constructed. These are all called as monasteries, where Buddhist monks live. They are settling in the monasteries. Different monasteries are, the Hemis are there, Tikse are there, She and Lamayaru. So you should remember, Hemis is one of the important monastery. Tikse is also one of the important monastery. She and Lamayaru are also important monasteries. By seeing the picture only, you can understand they are constructed in the elevated place. So the place is also in the elevated only. So in the elevated place only, they are constructing these type of monasteries. Now we can see the tourism. The government of India encouraged tourism in Ladakh. In the Ladakh, tourism encouraged by the government of India is a major activity, with several tourists streaming in the form of within India, from within India and abroad. So almost all the foreigners and Indians visit the Ladakh, because scenic places are there. Visits to the Gompas as traditional monasteries, the people will visit, and treks to see the meadows. And you should be able to understand meadows. It is a land of grass, is called as a meadows. So the people will come and see the meadows areas. And this is a monastery. And you know very well about the glaciers. The moment of the ice, the people will come and see the glaciers. Now the Buddhist monasteries found in Ladakh are called Gompas. Buddhist monastery are called as Gompas in Ladakh. Now coming to the festivals and ceremonies. So whenever they are free, they used to conduct different festivals and ceremonies. The Ladakh people witnessing several ceremonies and activities. You can see in the picture only you will be able to identify different dresses, different costumes, and different activities. So they will be engaged when they are very much getting the time. So festivals and the ceremonies. Now coming to the end. So thank you all. Credits to all those who have provided the images freely without royalty. Thank you, one and all.